Chapmanville Middle School for tonight's big middle school matchup in the mountains. It's number 2 ranked Shelby Valley versus number 7 ranked Chapmanville Middle School. James Barker alongside me is Chris Kidd and Desmond Napier, our producer and engineer for this evening's broadcast for you here on the D&D Sports Network. Should be a dandy between both clubs here tonight from Chapmanville Middle School. They'll have a rematch in 2 weeks at Shelby Valley, but these are 2 of the premier basketball programs, middle school-wise, in the mountain areas. As Chris and I will make sure that we will have all that action for you here on the D&D Sports Network, as we'll have the pregame for you and the starting lineups in just a moment.
Here at Logan Bank and Trust, we are committed to serving the needs of the Southern coalfields. So if you need to borrow money, remember, we are just a click away.
Here at LB&T, we make online banking easy.
We've taken the hassle out of applying for a loan on our new website. It's as simple as going to our lbnt.com website and choosing the loan product that best suits your needs.
Your loan on your time. Visit us at lbnt.com. You're only a click away.
So if you need to borrow money, remember, we are just a click away. It's easy to apply online at lbnt.com, and all decisions are made locally. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Looking for a great selection, great prices, and a great experience on your next ATV, motorcycle, or side-by-side? Come check out Kiefer's Kawasaki.
Our number 1 goal is to offer you the best power sport experience at a great price.
Like this new 23 Kawasaki Teryx 4 for only $17,999.
Before you write that check with us.
And remember, your adventure starts here at Kiefer Kawasaki. Route 44 South, Jerry West Highway in Logan, or visit KiefersPowersports.net.
Stop by Eric Homa Drug today and let them fill your prescription. Eric Homa Drug has been serving the Chapmanville community for over 46 years. They're a proud supporter of the Chapmanville Tigers and all mountain athletes.
Come on down to the Loose Caboose Grill, located in Kermit, West Virginia. Come on in and try out their home fresh food. And go inside of the caboose and sign your name on the wall while you sit down and get you something to eat. Located in Kermit, West Virginia, go grab you a bite to eat at the Loose Caboose Grill.
Here at Appalachian Medical, our team has extensive experience in dealing with respiratory disease. That's why we specialize in respiratory products and disease management. We want to bring our knowledge and know-how to help patients live a healthier life. Appalachian Medical was developed by clinical professionals. We have more than 30 years of combined experience in respiratory disease management, case management, critical care, and more. Our respiratory therapists are skilled and compassionate. With offices in Kentucky, West Virginia, Indiana, Ohio, and Pennsylvania, let us be the ones you trust with your medical health care. If you're looking for a friendly and fun atmosphere to enjoy your daily cuisine, come to Cheech's Pizza in Lenore, West Virginia. Cheech's Pizza has world-renowned cheese sticks, delicious pizza, and the best subs in the pizza and pasta game. Don't forget to take advantage of our milkshake shop located inside. Bring your family down to meet ours. We are the place that treats you like family from the second you pull in the parking lot. We look forward to seeing you here at Cheech's Pizza. Gracie and Tate merchandising has become a staple here in the Danville and Madison community. They'll make sure you find that treasure that's been eluding you. Everything you need under one roof. New items at discounted prices right here at Gracie and Tate Merchandising. Go Skyhawks!
Welcome
Welcome back, everybody. Chris Kidd and James Barker with you, with Desmond Napier, our engineer, here for our varsity action between Shelby Valley, Kentucky, and the Chapmanville Tigers. Again, James mentioned, Shelby Valley ranked number 2 in our D&D Sports Middle School rankings, Chapmanville number 7, and we had a very entertaining JV game, again 30-29. If you want to go back and watch that as well here on the D&D Sports Network, you can, with Chapmanville surviving a late surge by Shelby Valley. And we kind of talked about it in that game too, James, just gushing over the fact that if that game was as good as it was and as physical as it was, we can't wait to see what it's going to look like on the varsity game.
Yeah, it should be a very interesting matchup. I mean, you're coming out here and you watch Shelby Valley warm up, Chris, and they've got 2-3 kids dunking the basketball. So, you don't see that very often in middle school basketball. So, interested, obviously we know a lot more about Chapmanville than we do Shelby Valley. We know we've got some audience members from Shelby Valley that may be able to, enlighten us a little bit, with your comments and let us know how many players or how many points they average per game, et cetera, et cetera. But, we anticipate a really good one. Size-wise, both teams very tall, very long basketball teams, very athletic basketball teams. I don't know if you're going to find a better matchup in the mountains than you're going to get right here tonight.
Yeah, I was going to say, I figured we were going to see a lot of up and down action here tonight between these two teams. As you said, a lot of size, a lot of speed, a lot of good guard play. And I think that's going to make for very entertaining contrasting styles, because you saw it was an explosion of points in the first quarter of the JV game, 14-13. Score ended 30-29 because the defenses adjusted, both coaches adjusted, and you're going to see a lot of that here between John Meade and Ashley Dalton this evening on who can slow down these offenses the most. I think whoever can contain the guards, contain the points on the board, is going to be the one that gains the upper hand. It's just a matter of who's able to do it first.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Chris. I think both teams will come out and press when we first see them. That's what Chapmanville has done to everybody they've played. And when we saw Shelby Valley in the JV game, that's what they wanted to do. The question will become what adjustments are made, like you mentioned. If both teams break the pressure, do they fall back into zones? And can those teams outshoot the other team in those zones?
Right now we're going to step aside for a break.
Gracie and Tate merchandising has become a staple here in the Danville and Madison community. They'll make sure you find that treasure that's been eluding you. Everything you need under one roof. New items at discounted prices right here at Gracie and Tate merchandising. Go Skyhawks!
Looking for a great selection, great prices, and a great experience on your next ATV, motorcycle, or side-by-side? Come check out Kiefer's Kawasaki.
Our #1 goal is to offer you the best power sport experience at a great price.
Like this new 23 Kawasaki Teryx 4 for only $17,999. Before you write that check with us.
And remember, your adventure starts here at Kiefer Kawasaki. Route 44 South, Jerry West Highway in Logan, or visit KiefersPowersports.net.
Gracie and Tate merchandising has become a staple here in the Danville and Madison community. They'll make sure you find that treasure that's been eluding you. Everything you need under one roof. New items at discounted prices right here at Gracie and Tate merchandising. Go Skyhawks!
Welcome back, everybody. Chris Kidd and James Barker with you. Desmond Napier, our engineer. As well, we were pumping it up and then we stopped. I don't know if that was supposed to stop the music or not, but nevertheless, Shelby Valley getting ready to be introduced right now, as it'll be Bowling, Fields, Wallace, Hall, and Collins in the starting lineup for Shelby Valley. For Chapmanville, it'll be Dakota Dalton, Maddox Sarton, Jacob Maynard, Jacob Vance, and Jackson Ellison. So you can tell just by Chapmanville's starting lineup, and as James mentioned, we are more familiar with Chapmanville than Shelby Valley just because we live in the area and typically announce in the area. But you can see Chapmanville adjusting to going to more size with Ellison and Vance and Maynard in the backcourt here this evening, or in the front court, I should say. But they're going to try and counter some of this size from Shelby Valley. They're going to size of their own. here at the start of this game and just seeing how it works out as they adjust throughout the night.
Yeah, I think how these teams adjust throughout this game is going to tell the tale of who's going to come out on top. And I think it's who's going to knock down the shots from the outside. We've seen the game kind of change in the last couple decades, Chris. And while we know there's a lot of size on the inside, it's generally the team that's able to hit the shots from the outside with the most consistency that win basketball games in the year 2024.
You also had David Browning come off the bench as well with size. He started a lot this year as well for Chapmanville. The guard play for Chapmanville has been exceptional with Dakota Dalton and Maddox Sarton this year. You'll see how fast they are. Dakota Dalton, he likes to get up a lot of shots. He can score in bunches whenever he's really feeling it. So those are going to be a couple players for Chapmanville. Or for Shelby Valley, they really want to focus on to try and slow them down tonight.
We'll see two of the better teams in the mountains tonight take each other on here from Chapmanville. Again, a rematch in about 2 weeks for these clubs as Chapmanville will travel to Shelby Valley. I think it's now time to pump it up, Chris.
All right, now we're ready to pump it up.
You know who's pumping it up at home? It's Mark Mendez right now. I know Mark Mendez is at the house watching. I wanted to give him a shout out. Mark Mendez at the house pumping it up.
I tell you what, we're all fired up here tonight for this one as we're glad you're with us on the D&D Sports Network. And we're underway, and it starts with a turnover, an over and back call. Shelby Valley contained the opening tip, but Hall stepped over the timeline and back. So Chapmanville will get it just 3 seconds into the game. And they also get the possession error out of that too. So
yeah, that's a big turnover to start the game. It kind of gives you almost 2 possessions off of 1 turnover.
Sarton to start things off with it for Chapmanville. They get it top of the key. Now driving is Dalton. Fadeaway jumper. And it wipes out because of the travel.
Dalton a little step back there. Maybe took 1 too many steps. And this is a veteran crew here. This is normally a high school basketball crew here in the state of West Virginia. So.
And they did a good job in the JV game as well. And really let a lot play out in that game. Not a lot of whistles. So they like to kind of keep the pace going, and I think that's fitting for the type of style of play we'll see here tonight. As Dalton knocks it away, comes up with a steal. Here he drives in right side, gets the contact and the foul.
Now Dakota Dalton has come out on a mission. Even though that first basket didn't count, Chris, that was a big shot for him to make just to kind of get his confidence going. And then that shot there, after taking the contact, hanging in the air and getting it to go.
Fadeaway jumper that was wiped out on the travel, but he hits this one as well, so he could be feeling it early on here tonight as he converts the 3-point play. So a quick start for Chapmanville as Bowling gets across the timeline to Fields. Fields splits into the middle, kicks it back out for Bowling. Bowling goes back to midcourt. Swings it over near side for Wallace. He'll dribble to the free throw line. Nice cut to the rim that time. Getting free and laying it in is Hall.
That was a good job there of recognizing the roles. They had a little bit of a size advantage and good pick and roll.
Vance will swing it over to Sarton. Takes a deep 2 and he'll nail it to get his night started.
Well, Sarton answers that. He was the guy on the other end of the pick and roll, and he was able to get the jumper there to kind of answer the defensive lapse.
Talked about the guards being big for Chapmanville. They're off to a good start tonight, and one on the other end as a good take by Fields, and he finishes with the left hand.
You can see on the floor, Chris, a lot of talent for both of these clubs. Right now, with just about 1:20 gone in this one, it's been a little bit of a feeling out process so far.
So get that foul on Dakota Dalton. That'll be his first. 1 foul against both sides. Still going to play here just for a moment while Vance gets his shoes tied. A chance to tie this game up for Shelby Valley. Free throw left short, but offensive rebound by Shelby Valley. Blocked on the way back up by Dalton, trying to save it, but it goes over to Vance. Chapmanville with the 1-point lead. Sarton gets it back out, but it goes off the hands of Dalton and out of bounds.
A lot of high-pressure man-to-man defense on both sides right now. Chapmanville's gone into this 2-2-1 3-quarter court trapping defense, and then they've fallen back into a man-to-man once the pressure's broken.
Get it into the middle. Now a little corner. Quick passes here, sets up a driving attempt, and let's see, and one. They count it, and that's going to be a big call, James. That's number 2 on Dalton.
Yeah, that's a huge foul called on Dalton there, as he's going to pick up his second, and we'll see how long Chapmanville's going to leave him out of the game in this one. I think Ashley's talking to him right there like, hey, you know, I understand that you're trying to take that charge, but the most important thing is for you to stay on the floor for us. If they get that easy bucket, so be it. You know, we need you offensively, defensively, elsewhere. Now you've got 2 fouls, and Chapmanville's got to find a way to find some offense without him on the floor.
And it takes away a ball handler, and you see that almost take effect right away, but Chapmanville able to save it. Driving in, losing it off his hands, and out of bounds off of Maynard.
Right now, Shelby Valley has sped Chapmanville up, and they're struggling.
And again, it'll be interesting to see how long they leave Dakota Dalton on the bench with those fouls, but now steal back by Vance. He drives in, kicks it over to Sarton, steps back, mid-range jumper, and Sarton 2 for 2 from the field.
Great hands by Vance on the steal, and Sarton able to knock down another outside jumper. Maddox 4 points here in the quarter.
All tied up at 7 apiece. Near side 3 on the way, and that one can. Fields off to a quick start. He's got 8 points now. Chapmanville coming back quickly. Sarton cross-court pass, threw it behind his intended man Ellison, and that'll give it back to Shelby Valley.
Again, sometimes when you speed teams up, they panic a little bit. Chapmanville, aside from the steal by Vance, really haven't had much offense here in the last minute.
Drive in, and another foul called on Chapmanville.
Well, they're going to call that a charge, I believe.
Yeah, they were pointing the other way.
They were. I'm not entirely sure what the call is. 10.
Oh, yeah, they
did call it on Shelby Valley.
They couldn't get it on the contact. They got it away from the ball, it looked like that time, as they whistled on Wallace, who was not the man who had the drive that time. That evens things up at 2 team fouls apiece. Newsom will check in, and that's a big call as well, because that's a second on Wallace.
We'll again see what Shelby Valley elects to do with one of their better players out of the game, and we'll see Dalton check back in. You know, and it's the thing, you got to be super smart if you're Dakota. You cannot pick up your third, especially in the first quarter.
And I think Coach Ashley Dalton realizes it's going to be hard, tough sledding on the offensive end unless he has Dakota Dalton out there. So, yeah, I'm like you. He's just got to be smart on the defensive end and not be as aggressive as he normally is. So that'll hamper him on that side of the ball. But just having him out there is a big deal, as Sarton got caught in midair that time, threw it off the side of the backboard. Here comes Shelby Valley back the other way, but a pickpocket that time taken away by Ellison. As they get it up ahead to Browning. Browning trying to find Sarton, but they're really defending him hard right now without Dalton on the floor, trying to make someone other than Sarton run the point. They'll get it over for Vance. Now they finally get it into Sarton's hands. 2:38 to go here in the first quarter. As Sarton takes it left side. Steps back, now goes inside. Ellison goes up, and he'll be fouled on the play as they'll go against Collins.
It was a great job by Sarton getting his defender to commit in the air and then slipped it right under him inside to Sarton, or excuse me, inside to Ellison. And Ellison now rewarded at the line to shoot 2. Chapmanville able to burn like about a minute off the clock before Dalton will check in, as we'll see him come in for Maynard.
You may see Dalton coming in and out of the lineup a little bit here in this first half now, just try and buy some time with him, see if he can get the second half with just those 2 fouls as Ellison splits the free throws, and it's now 10-8 Shelby Valley lead.
Interesting to see what defense Chapmanville will go to. It looks like it's going to be a flat 3-2 zone.
And they're going to have Dalton at the top of that to try and save him and protect him in this point. You know, you're not as aggressive whenever you're at the top of that 3-2 zone. So I like the move here by Ashley Dalton. They go over left side for Hall, now into the corner. Back up front. Like I said, man-to-man definitely leaves Dalton more vulnerable at that point. They go up top for Bowling. 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. As I said, you'll see a lot of defensive alignment changes on both sides as this evening moves along. And they try and go down low, and Ellison just rejects it into the bench and out of bounds off of Chapmanville.
Right now, at least the zone has slowed things down, and the more time runs off the clock while Dalton has 2 fouls, the better it is for Chapmanville.
Top of the key, Bowling. Now they're going to the middle, but no one there on the back cut, and it's thrown away. they thought that Shelby Valley had called timeout there, but he was just trying to tell the official he thought the pass was deflected. So John Meade not issue a timeout. Chapmanville looking to tie or retake the lead on this trip. Dalton, boy, he was thinking about that.
He did.
He was lining it up, but thought better of it. Now we get it over to Sarton, back to Dalton. Fakes on this one, drives into the middle, pull-up jumper. That went off the mark. Rebound taken away by Shelby Valley. And now we're going to get a foul on Sarton as they get it into the front court as he was bodying his man all the way up, and they get him with the hand push.
Now, here's the issue there, Chris, is now you've got Dalton with 2, Sarton with just 1. But if Sarton picks up a second, now you've got your 2 primary ball handlers for Chapmanville with 2 fouls early in this game. Not what you want to see.
Third team foul against both sides, and then it takes 5 team fouls to get into the penalty each quarter. Down to a minute 11 to go here in the opening period. Bowling with it. Gives it near side for Fields, and again, just trying to find an opening against this zone now. They finally dump it down low. Gambling was Ellison on it. Shot off the mark, goal for Hall. Good defense there by Ellison as Dalton steps into a 3 in transition and buries it.
Yeah, you got to find him anytime Chapmanville has the ball. They didn't stop him quick enough in transition, and Dalton makes Shelby Valley pay for it.
And it's so tough because if you're right up on him, he'll just dribble drive right by you. You give him that space, and he'll go for the bomb any chance he gets. So he's got 6, Chapmanville's 11 points. 3 at the top of the key. That one's going to be off the mark for Bowling, but rebounded underneath by Hall. His putback is off the mark, taken away by Browning. Now Chapmanville on a bit of a spurt here after Shelby Valley had taken the lead. Down to 15 seconds left in the first quarter. Again, Chapmanville has possession to start the second quarter as well. And hold for 1 now. Dalton waits with 8 seconds. Takes it towards his left. He's got to be careful on his drives, too, with those 2 fouls. And they're going to get a double dribble on him. And I'm not sure that was there that time.
Well, it was a little hesitation there. And, I think the officials are talking about it a little bit, too. But see if Shelby Valley can get a shot off.
They will from half court. That's going to be short, and that'll do it for the first 6 minutes of action. So far, everything it was billed to be has transpired, and the Tigers lead it by 1 as you are watching Chapmanville and Shelby Valley Middle School basketball action here on the D&D Sports Network.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be for generations to come.
If you was pushed out of the area because of loss of work in the coal industry, look no longer. Jim Marr is here for you. Jim Marr is now hiring for all positions in the coal field. Stop by their offices in Logan, West Virginia or in Wheeling, West Virginia and apply today. Come on down to Three Guys Pizza and Brew in Williamson, West Virginia. We're located on the corner of Harvey Street and 3rd Avenue. We got great deals on pizzas, sandwiches, and more. You get great service.
Welcome back, everybody. Chris Kidd and James Barker here with you with Desmond Napier, our engineer. We're here top of the bleachers right in front of Crest Road for a matchup between number 2 and number 7, Chapmanville and Shelby Valley in our D&D Sports rankings for the middle school side. So far, back and forth as we expected. Chapmanville leading at 11-10 as Dalton picked up 2 fouls in the first quarter, but it's not affected his offense as he's got 8 points now on that floater. Now the Tigers, a slim lead, now is a little bit of breathing room. They peeled off the last 6 points over the left side. Nothing there for Barney. He'll give it back near side, dump it out underneath the Hall. He'll get free and lay it in.
Yeah, good job by Hall, able to kind of split 2 defenders and go up and get the bucket.
Underneath, nice recovery that time on that pass as Fields was able to deflect that away from Maynard, who would have had an easy 2 otherwise.
It was a good look up ahead. But like you said, Chris, great deflection. And again, this one has it's been as good as it's been billed.
Get it into Browning. He got free on the baseline, and he'll take it and lay it in.
Well, Browning has been in the starting lineup for much of the season, and they're showing why that he's one of the top players on this Chapmanville Middle School club.
And Dalton with a nice deflection there, bats it out of bounds. It'll stay here with Shelby Valley. As they'll move him over towards the near side, Bowling to throw it in. Back to Coach Meade to try and get instruction here. Again, the zone defense has slowed down Shelby Valley's offense, and Chapmanville having to go to it with Dalton in foul trouble. But here they find an answer as a three from the corner for Bowling. That's his first bucket of the game.
Big shot for Bowling and tie this thing back up for Shelby Valley.
And a nice look by Sarton underneath. Found David Browning cutting towards the rim, and Browning with the last 4 points for Chapmanville.
Yeah, he's very heady, very smart player, and was in the right spot, made a great cut to the basket, and Sarton was able to see it.
Chapmanville back in front, 17-15. Trying to cut inside was Varney, able to save it back out front. So reset at the top of the key with Fields. Now over to Bowling. Fields now trying to cut between two defenders, goes up against Browning and somehow was able to throw that in. What a shot by Fields.
What a shot from Fields. I don't know how that thing was able to go in, but he was able to get it.
He's into double figures now with 10 points as him and Dalton dueling banjos at the moment. Underneath, Browning goes back to work underneath, and he'll be fouled at the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
Well, Browning has kind of been the offense here these last three possessions. He's again shown why he's a special athlete here at Chapmanville Middle School.
Again, he came out and practiced some with the tennis team last year. His father told me he wanted him to be well versed in as many sports as he could be, so he probably wouldn't be able to play just because of football. But then after I watched him play and practice with it, I was like, are you sure he wants to play football this year, Jason? I mean, I was like, he seems like he can get a pretty good handle on this too. There's both free throws off the mark for Browning. Game stays tied at 17 apiece. 3:40 to go here in the first half. Shelby Valley looking to reclaim the lead on this trip. They dump it down low for Hall. Him and Browning banging underneath, and it forces a turnover as Sarton takes it away. He'll race into the front court, finds a crease, goes up and under, almost converts, but he'll be fouled. And that'll send Maddox Sarton to the free throw line.
Sarton has played really well, handling the pressure at that point guard position, but at the same time being an offensive threat as well. There's another kid that's another great athlete on the floor for both sides tonight. I mean, I'll tell you what, you could combine these two clubs and win a lot of games in just about any sport.
I agree. As that foul went against Varney, that's his second. And Sarton's first free throw spun around the rim and falls out. Chapmanville lacking in free throw shooting here in the first half. 2 of 6 so far from the line. Another 3 of 7 as Sarton hits the nets. He's got such a smooth stroke too, which makes him even more lethal whenever he releases from the perimeter. He's got 5 points. Underneath, losing it on the way to the rim is Bowling. Here comes Chapmanville back. Dalton driving in left side. Dangerous situation, but he gets the layup to go.
He was smart, though. He slowed down and tried to make as little contact as possible, and because of that, there wasn't a chance for a charge or any offensive foul.
Quick trigger 3 on the other end, and that'll go for Varney, and that'll tie things back up at 20 apiece with 2:57 to go here in the first half. As Coach Meade will call a 30-second timeout after that. So we'll keep things here as apparently Coach Meade wanting to get things slowed down here a little bit or talk to the official one because it seems like that's what he's going to spend his timeout doing. So there's something that he didn't like on the other end that he wants to try and make the official aware of. Now, okay, they've run to switch to a full timeout, so we'll step aside and be back after this as you're watching middle school basketball action here on the D&D Sports Network.
Come meet the wonderful staff at the Del Barton Quick Shop. They got all your cold food needs along with tobacco needs. And while you're down there, check out their award-winning hot food items. Once again, located in Del Barton, West Virginia, the Quick Shop.
Stop by McCoy Dental and let our friendly staff take care of all your dental needs. Whether it's crowns, root canals, teeth cleaning, implants, or you're just in need of some light cosmetic work, we have you covered. McCoy Dental, improving our area one smile at a time. McCoy Dental is located at the Fountain Place Mall in Logan, West Virginia.
Dead even at 20 apiece here, midway through the second quarter between number 2 Shelby Valley out of Kentucky and number 7 Chapmanville here in West Virginia on the D&D Sports Rankings. Chris Kidd with you, James Barker alongside me with Desmond Napier, our engineer. So it's been a tight affair all the way through thus far. Free throw line jumper on the way. That went off to the left from Maynard, rebounded by Hall. Now Shelby Valley, after knocking down the 3 on their last possession, looking to retake the lead on this trip. Chapmanville has held it ever since Shelby Valley last led it 10-7. Chapmanville staying in this zone defense into the corner. They lob it back up top for Bowling. Bowling will take a straight on 3 and he'll nail it.
The biggest lead of the game for Shelby Valley, at least ties it right there. They'll retake a 3-point lead, Chris, but Bowling left wide open there at the top of the key.
It's his second 3 for Bowling, and Shelby Valley's knocked down 4 in the game. That's her 3rd this quarter. Nice wraparound pass to Browning, and he'll be fouled on the way up as that one's going to go against Fields.
You want to see 2 well-coached ball clubs? You're watching them right now. They both know how to move the basketball, how to move the defense to get open looks for their players. And right now, 2 well-coached clubs going at it.
Free throw up and good for Browning. He's now got 5 points, all of them coming this quarter for Chapmanville. Chance to cut this back to a 1-point game as we near 2 minutes to go in the first half, and Browning calmly sinks both. 23-22 here in this slugfest so far in the first half. Barney goes underneath, Hall gets good position, gets into the middle, can't hit on the turnaround, but he'll be fouled on the way up. They're going to get David Browning on that foul. That'll be the first on him, and that'll be the first team foul against Chapmanville. 3 team fouls against Shelby Valley here in the second quarter. There's only 2 free throws so far in the half for Shelby Valley as Hall off the mark on that one. Chapmanville, on the other hand, has shot 9 free throws. Ellison will check back into the game. Heading to the bench for a breather is Maynard. Now checking in for Shelby Valley will be Newsom as Varney will check out. Another chance here for Hall to try and push this back to a 2-point lead. That one too strong as well, and Browning with a strong rebound. Now can Chapmanville reclaim the lead again? They've led throughout most of this first half, but it's been close the entire way. Sarton waiting on everyone to get in their spots. Now you see Shelby Valley has gone to their zone as well. This is what kind of slowed things down the JV game as well once both sides stopped going man-to-man. That's what's tough. Again, there's great athletes on both sides, just the offenses are a little bit too much, so you have to kind of adjust to this defense to try and get control of the game as Dalton faked, thought about taking the shot, instead gives it back out. Closing in on a minute to go in the half. Dalton takes a 3 from the left side. That one off the mark, rebounded though by Maynard. He'll get it out. Sarton, he's rejected by Hall, taken away by Shelby Valley. Here they race into the front court. Nice dribble drive in, reverse layup, won't fall for Fields. Rebounded though by Shelby Valley, put back up and in. On the putback by Newsom.
Good putback by Newsom. You're going to get a timeout. No, an injury timeout. Sarton may have gotten bumped right in the nose there. He's right in front of us. Nope, right in the eye. They're going to check on him with about 46 seconds to go here in the half, Chris. And key possession for Chapmanville right here. You definitely want to try to score points, obviously, but you definitely don't want to give Shelby Valley a chance to go up more than 1 possession when you head into the locker room at halftime.
Possession arrow in Shelby Valley's favor. Should we have a tie up here before the end of the half? There's nothing available there for Maynard. He'll kick it back out. Vance looking for someone, gives it back out to Dalton, down to 30 seconds. We'll see now if Chapmanville elects to try and hold for 1. See the defender kind of creeping out on Dalton that time as he was looking back over to Coach Ashley Dalton.
And I like this call. Just try to hold it for one.
I agree at this point. You don't want to miss and give them a chance to push this to a 2-possession lead at the end of the half for Chapmanville. It's down to 8 seconds left. They get a screen. Dalton takes it towards the corner with 5 seconds. Spins inside. Rejected as he gets in. And now deflected off of Chapmanville and out of bounds.
Just kind of ran out of space there. And bodies came flying from Shelby Valley at Dalton. He just couldn't find anything through.
The inbound going to be a half-court heave at the horn. That one just short on line from bowling. Unable to find the mark, and that'll do it for the first 12 minutes of action here from Chapmanville Middle School. Shelby Valley leads the Tigers 25-22. James and I will step aside for a break and be back to talk the statistics with you right after this as you are watching middle school basketball action right here on the D&D Sports Network.
Looking for a new healthcare provider? Come see us at Tug Valley Wellness Clinic. We take all patients from the ages 2 and up. Our staff has over 30 years of medical experience. We do everything from DOT physicals, wellness exams, adult and child, walk-in visits, and more. Call us today at 304-236-3601 or reach us Monday through Friday.
At Giovanni's Pizza in West Logan, we got subs, calzones, wings, pizza, and more. Stop by today. Great service with great deals. We also got a newly renovated and remodeled dining room where you can enjoy your game day celebrations or relax after a trail ride. We look forward to seeing you at Giovanni's in Logan, West Virginia. If you got a big job to get done, don't just trust any flagging service. Call Diamond Flagging Service. Diamond Flagging Service keeps your community safe while also making sure it stays moving. Give Diamond Flagging Service a call today for their services. They also offer amazing job opportunities. Diamond Flagging Services, proud supporter of the Mountain Athletes.
Come see us at Trailhead Bar and Grill in Macon, West Virginia, where the locals come to hang out and the trail riders come to visit.
Follow us on Facebook page for our daily specials. We're open 7 days a week here at Trailhead Bar and Grill.
You can give them a call at 681-308-6088. Make sure you follow them on their Facebook page to keep up with all their daily specials and for business and operation hours. Trailhead Bar and Grill, located downtown Matewan, West Virginia.
Whether it's home, life, business, or auto insurance, Scott Ambergy at State Farm in Chapmanville, West Virginia is here to protect the things you love. Call Scott Ambergy today for a free quote. That's State Farm in Chapmanville, West Virginia.
If you're injured in a car wreck, don't delay. Give me a call today, Justin Markham. Here at Markham Law Office, we will fight for you. Don't settle for a handshake and a small check from the insurance companies. Give us a call. Don't take on the big insurance companies alone. We will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Here at Markham Law Office, you're more than a client. You're family, and we take care of family. Give me a call, Justin Markham, attorney at law.
Southside Buildings and Carports and Southside Shed Hunters of Louisa, Kentucky offers shed hauling services up to 16 by 52 long buildings. We also have lofted cabins, utility cabins, garages, man caves, she sheds that you can customize and order to your wants and needs with many different options such as workbenches, shelving, transom windows, and much more. You can go to the location or buy using 3D Builder's online order system. You can build right from your own home. We offer metal garages and carports that are built to any size and installed right on your property. For more info, call 304-928-0060 or 304-928-0062. Here at Southside Buildings and Carports, we've got you covered.
Come down to Trailblazers Outfitters, located right off the 4-lane from Williamson, West Virginia, to hop on your new rental of side-by-sides, dirt bikes, or four-wheelers. They also have four-wheeler, dirt bike, and side-by-side repairs along with accessories, tires, and stereo systems, and a large repair shop. Give them a call today at 859-953-0903 to get your new rental to enjoy the trails today. If you're a business looking to bring utilities underground with little impact to the environment, we offer that with horizontal directional drilling. With the ability to steer around underground objects that may be in the way of conventional ditch digging, we offer the different hole sizes to complete any project. Let the professionals at Horizontal Drilling help you today. Give us a call at 304-928-0587.
Unfortunately, water, mold, or fire damage can happen to you. Restoration One of Southern West Virginia is available 24/7 to help take the stress out of your mess. Our primary goal is to respond and restore your property back to normal as quickly and safely as possible. When disaster strikes, Restoration One is your go-to cleanup crew. Save our number now in case you need us later. Whether the job is big or small, give Restoration One a call. 304-443-4959.
I'm Elise Hinkle, psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner and director of behavioral health at Coalfield Health Center. Our providers have experience with a full spectrum of disorders. To schedule an appointment with one of our providers, call 304-855-1222. As a community, let's help each other address mental health. We are here for you when you are ready. Coalfield Health Center. Let our family take care of your family.
Come in from the cold and warm up with your favorite comfort food from Tudor's Biscuit World. Fluffy biscuits smothered with sausage gravy. Homemade blackberry biscuits topped with crunchy granola and icing. Or the new cinnamon caramel apple biscuit. And for a limited time, at participating locations, we're serving our over-the-top chicken pot pie. It's tender chunks of chicken, gravy, and vegetables, over-top mashed potatoes, and our famous made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuits. At Tudor's, we're serving up comfort food that's ladled with love.
If you're trying to rehab from an on-the-field or workplace injury, come to Rebound Physical Therapy and Sports Performance in Chapmanville, West Virginia for all your physical therapy needs. For over 10 years, Rebound Physical Therapy and Sports Performance has been making sure their clients rebound in the quickest amount of time possible. That's Rebound Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. Look forward to seeing you.
Back, everybody. Chris Kidd with you, James Barker alongside me, Desmond Napier, our engineer here tonight, as we look at the first half statistics here for both sides. For Shelby Valley, Fields leading the way with 10 points, Bowling with 6 points, Hall with 4, Varney with 3, and Newsom with 2 to round out the scoring. For Chapmanville, Dalton led the way with 10 points, Maynard with 6 points, Browning with 6 points. Then you had Sarton with 5 points and Ellison with 1 point to round out the scoring for the Tigers. Chapmanville 5 of 9 from the line. Shelby Valley 1 of 4 from the line. Big difference though, James. 4 3-pointers for Shelby Valley in the first half. Only 1 for Chapmanville. And Chapmanville is going to have to find a way to slow down the outside shooting of Shelby Valley here in the second half.
Yeah, Chris, when you look at the shots from the outside, we talked about that at the pregame show. We said that, inside shots are great, but it's the team that's going to hit the most outside shots in this generation of basketball that generally wins the game at the highest consistency, best average. So right now, that's what Shelby Valley has done. They've had some open looks from the outside. They've been able to knock down shots. Chapmanville, when they've gotten in their half-court sets, they've had longer possessions with a lot less open looks. And they got to find a way to free up some space, either on the inside or outside. But right now, if it hasn't been Dalton or Sarton from the outside, and it hasn't been Browning on the inside, Chapmanville has struggled on the offensive end. They got to find some more consistency in their half-court sets. That tells me what Ashley Dalton might come out and do, Chris. Let's speed the game back up and see if we can get them running.
We'll step aside for one more quick break and be back for the start of the third quarter after this as you're watching middle school basketball action right here on the D&D Sports Network.
If you're trying to rehab from an on-the-field or workplace injury, come to Rebound Physical Therapy and Sports Performance in Chapmanville, West Virginia for all your physical therapy needs. For over 10 years, Rebound Physical Therapy and Sports Performance has been making sure their clients rebound in the quickest amount of time possible. That's Rebound Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. Look forward to seeing you.
Call 304-752-3474 and see Missy Birchfield at your good friends at State Farm in Logan, West Virginia. She gives out free insurance quotes, so make sure you see her at State Farm.
Come in from the cold and
call 30.
Come in from the cold and warm up with your favorite comfort food from Tudor's Biscuit World. Fluffy biscuits smothered with sausage gravy. Homemade blackberry biscuits topped with crunchy granola and icing. Or the new cinnamon caramel apple biscuit. And for a limited time at participating locations, we're serving our over-the-top chicken pot pie. It's tender chunks of chicken, gravy, and vegetables, over-top mashed potatoes, and our famous made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuits. At Tudor's, we're serving up comfort food that's ladled with love.
Start of the third quarter here from Chapmanville Middle School. Chris Kidd and James Barker with you, with Desmond Napier, our engineer, as Shelby Valley ranked number 2 in the D&D Sports Middle School rankings. Chapmanville number 7 in those rankings, and it has been tight all the way through the first 12 minutes of action. And Shelby Valley will get the ball to start the third quarter. They get it into the corner. Looking around is Wallace, who set for most of that first half with 2 fouls. And now just an errant throw, and that'll go towards the bench and out of bounds. You just saw Bowling pointed himself, saying that was my fault. I didn't see where you cut to.
Well, you know, the game started with a rare turnover there, the over and back call. Chapmanville got possession and the arrow, and now here the third quarter starts the same way.
Dalton looks to make him pay, but misses off the iron on the 3. Browning, though, gives him another chance. Gets it out. Sarton with it. Back over to Dalton. And so far, Shelby Valley sticking with that extended zone here. They've been working for them in the second quarter. Dalton gets it back. Sarton as they work it around the perimeter. Vance taking his time, waiting for Sarton to reappear. Low throw, but he's able to dig it out. Dalton still trying to find some space here. As we said, he had a hot start to the game, had 10 points at halftime. Now Vance in trouble, able to get Sarton come back to the ball. Now he spins inside, finds a crease, pull up from the left elbow. That one too strong and rebounded by Shelby Valley. And good job, they're able to spin away from the pressure and find the jumper, but unable to convert. And Shelby Valley looking to take a 2-possession lead, and I'm not mistaken, I think 4 points has been the largest lead of this game for either side.
It has been. Chapmanville had that 4-point lead. Shelby Valley's largest lead has been 3.
Again, it's, he said tight affair, we mean it in every sense of the word, as Hall goes inside. Now Dalton gets his hands on it and takes it away, and we're going to whistle and a travel on Dalton. And Ashley Dalton looking for an explanation. He didn't feel like there was one on that. I didn't feel like he established possession for that, though.
He's still looking for an explanation.
He just tells him that's terrible. Didn't quite hear the rest of that exchange, but again, it just felt like Dalton hadn't really established that he had possession of that ball yet to be called for the travel, but the official saw it differently, and there's a reason why he has that shirt on and I don't. Said, I'm not as good as any of these officials will be making those assessments, and now what a steal there, taken away by Vance up ahead to Dalton, and this time he will finish.
It always ends up working out in the end, and right there, Vance, a great athletic play, getting his hands on it, and then the pass was even better, able to get it to Dalton as he's fallen out of bounds, and now back to a 1-point game.
And Vance is the one that helped set that up, and Chapmanville getting their hands on more passes here to start this third quarter. He's backing up on it as Fields to reset. Let's shovel it over. Now they get back into the middle with Hall. This is where they've been effective against this zone. Again, that pass to the middle, but once again, there's a hand on a pass. Dalton deflects it away. Now, and there's a shuffle of the feet, and that'll be a travel against Wallace.
I tell you what, Chris, this flat 3-2 zone has really kind of confused Shelby Valley, not only in this varsity game, but in the JV game it did as well. And, anytime the ball goes to the wing, what you see is it turn back into a 2-3 zone, and I'm trying to figure it out up here as well.
And that's why I said it's so hard to work against, especially in middle school and even at any level whenever it's defended right. And now there's another steal taken away of Shelby Valley in transition over the far side. Bowling had a couple threes in the first half, can't get one here. And now we're going to get the ball batted out of bounds. They're going to get a push, though, instead on David Brown.
Yeah, he was kind of caught behind the defender inside or the rebounder inside. Not necessarily a bad foul by Browning because it could have been an easy rebound and put back for the Wildcats.
Inbound it wide open is Bowling straight on, and he'll bury it. That's his third three of the game.
Yeah, you can't lose Bowling there off the inbound, and I'm sure that's going to get Ashley Dalton hot in this timeout. We'll see if it's a 30 or a full. It's a 30-second, but look at it. You can tell right now we cannot lose that guy in those inbound plays.
And that's the fifth three of the game for Shelby Valley as they've been tearing it up from the outside, especially Bowling. Again, Coach Dalton discussing that here in the break. And they're trying to explain to him where they got lost at on that switch. But a good 30-second timeout there for Ashley Dalton to try and get his group reset. Is this the largest lead of the game for Shelby Valley now? Largest team for either team in this game. It could be who could get on a spurt here first in this contest, try and get some separation because there's just not been a whole lot of daylight between the two.
Go back to the JV game, Chris. It was Shelby Valley that kind of got out to a 6-point lead there in the third quarter, and it was a late spurt in the third quarter by Chapmanville's JV team that kind of gave them the momentum and helped them win the game.
That's what's wild. Out of both games so far tonight, the largest lead for either team has been 6 points. Up top with it, Dalton. Now to Sarton. Back over left side is Vance. Back to Sarton. They're playing catch right now. Vance tried to go baseline but was cut off there. Into the middle. Dalton dumps it off underneath the Browning. Goes up and under. What a double clutch by David Browning.
Great athletic play. Good ball movement again from Chapmanville. Lead back down to 2 as Browning able to get another bucket in the paint.
He's got 8 points now tonight coming off the bench for Chapmanville. We're under 2.5 minutes to go in the third. Looking into the corner. Nice fake that time. Drive, a lot of contact, and the charge going to be called on Fields rather. That'll be his second.
Well, Dalton able to slide in there and take the charge, and he played really well with 2 fouls there in the first half. Got those early in the first quarter, and right there, still a risky play to maybe almost pick up your third, but at the same time, Chris, he's able to get the charge call and flip the turnover position back in Chapmanville's favor.
And they got a lot of perspiration on the floor after that fall from Dalton. They just grabbed someone's jacket and just started wiping away with it.
Hey, it's mine. No, I'm sorry.
I was going to say, whoever's jacket that was, I'm sure they're not pleased with that. Man, at least you feel like you're a part of the game, whoever it belongs to.
That's right.
This is game warm, baby. So now Chapmanville a chance to tie or retake the lead on this trip. Shelby Valley had taken their largest lead at 4 points a moment ago. Dalton fake, steps back, goes for a deep 3. That one online, but just off. Rebound comes down to Shelby Valley. Into the front court, Bowling. And he's the one with the hot hand from the perimeter. You see Dalton trying to extend out on him. Now they go down low, working it in, and Browning's going to be called for his third foul. You heard a lot of oohs after that from the Chapmanville side, thinking that was a clean pick.
I think maybe he made some contact from behind. It's like one of those pass interference penalties in football. There may have been some body contact. Didn't get him on the hand, didn't get him on the follow through, but it was one of those maybe shoulder-to-shoulder contact.
Now Ellison will check into the game for Browning. Shelby Valley looking to inbound. Hall calling for it underneath. Thought he had position, but now Sarton with a big rejection. Ball still comes loose to Hall. They'll kick it out, and a travel going to be called on Shelby Valley.
I'll tell you what, we have seen some good defense here for both clubs as well.
And that's been the story of this second and third quarter. A lot of the same bells and whistles to the JV game have applied here to the varsity game, and we get a push down low. Just fighting for position there was Maynard, and he was shoved. Looks like they're going to get this on Hall. That'll be his first. Both teams now with 2 team fouls here in the third quarter, so neither close to the penalty. We haven't seen JV game of varsity either side get to the penalty yet. A little bit harder JV action with 5 fouls in a quarter with 6 minutes on the clock as Dalton, tough take along the baseline, couldn't convert. Shelby Valley with it back and a 2-point lead. And At the moment, Bowling had an opening. Now he tries to take it. Got rid of it at the last second, though, as the defense closed in on him. They drive in. Floater on the way. That one left short from Wallace, and he had Bowling open if he would have turned around and saw him there on the wing. So a break for Chapmanville over near side. Now back over to Dalton. He's got some space. He'll pull the trigger on a three. Got halfway down and popped out. Rebounded by Ellison. Tried to save it, but stepped on the sideline and out of bounds. There's a little bit of moisture after that fall as well. Everything appears to be okay. As Collins will check back into the game. Hall will get a breather. So under a minute to go here in the third quarter. Shelby Valley led it by 3 at halftime. They lead it by 2 now. Possession in Chapmanville's favor. Down low, they kick it back out top. Wallace swings it over to Bowling. Now baseline. Nice drive this time underneath. And a charge wipes out the basket.
Oh, another charge on the Wildcats for Shelby Valley.
And I believe all 3 of Field's fouls have come on charges here tonight. I know at least the last 2 have. So he's being aggressive going to the rim, but this is very disciplined defense for Chapmanville. They've been able to draw several charges thus far here tonight, like Benji Atkins on the Chapmanville varsity team. And Chapmanville with 30 seconds left in half. Again, maybe looking for 2 for 1 here. And get the last shot of the quarter, first of the fourth.
Yeah, like you mentioned, Chris, this would be a big shot here if Chapmanville could get it and cut in to this lead. Dalton's got to find a way to kind of keep dribbling this out for the next 10 seconds.
Waiting it out, he's keeping an eye on the clock, an eye on his defender. Now he goes, tries to spin away from pressure, lost it, somehow got it back. Underneath, shot off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Ellison, puts it up at the horn, no good. But he'll be fouled with 0.5 of a second left.
Now, that's not how they draw it up, but Ellison's going to be able to go to the line to try to tie this one up here in the end of the third quarter.
And right there, that was a great save, though, by Dalton after he had his pocket picked on that spin move. I don't know how he was able to shovel that over, but he kept the possession alive. And now a chance for Ellison to try and cut it to 1 or tie at the line. He's 1 of 2 with 1 point here tonight. This will in all effects be the final chance to score the quarter for either team as Chapmanville pulls everybody from the free throw line. And first one rattles out. Chapmanville now 5 of 10 from the line here tonight. Second one smoothly through for Ellison. So it'll be a 1-point Shelby Valley lead as we head to quarter number 4. Here from Chapmanville Middle School. We'll be back after this break as you are watching middle school basketball action right here on the D&D Sports Network.
You're trying to rehab from an on-the-field or workplace injury? Come to Rebound Physical Therapy and Sports Performance in Chapmanville, West Virginia for all your physical therapy needs. For over 10 years, Rebound Physical Therapy and Sports Performance has been making sure their clients rebound in the quickest amount of time possible. That's Rebound Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. Look forward to seeing you.
I'm Elise Hinkle, psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner and director of behavioral health at Coalfield Health Center. Our providers have experience with a full spectrum of disorders. To schedule an appointment with one of our providers, call 304-855-1222. As a community, let's help each other address mental health. We are here for you when you are ready. Coalfield Health Center. Let our family take care of your family.
Call 304-752-3474 and see Missy Birchfield at your good friends at State Farm in Logan, West Virginia. She gives out free insurance quotes, so make sure you see her at State Farm.
Our engineer, as we head to the final 6 minutes of action in what has been an entertaining JV and varsity game here tonight between number 2 ranked Shelby Valley in the D&D Sports Middle School rankings, number 7 Chapmanville in those same rankings. Chapmanville getting a 1-point win, 30-29 in the JV game. And wouldn't you know it, we're at a 1-point game to start the fourth quarter of the varsity game. Dalton almost had it knocked away. Sarton gets it back out front. Now to Dalton. Looking inside, gets it into the corner instead. 3 on the way, and that'll fall. Big way to start the quarter if Jacob Vance gets his first points of the game, and what a time for it.
I think that's Jacob Vance's first shot attempt of the game as well, Chris, and he's an outside threat showing his three-point prowess there on that big shot.
One of the second 3 of the game for Chapmanville. Shelby Valley's knocked down 5 so far here tonight. And they were held, Shelby Valley was, though, to just 3 points in that third quarter. So this Chapmanville defense has started to lock down. It's been a low-scoring second half thus far, 8-3 in favor of Chapmanville. Up top with it, Fields. Waiting, surveying, finds Bowling. Bowling, he's at the hot hand, and he continues as he hits his 4th 3 of the game.
He continues to show why he's one of the best players in the mountain at the middle school level.
12 points in all from behind the arc. It's the lead back to Shelby Valley. Now Sarton into the corner, Vance fake, steps inside the arc, jumper on the way, no good. Dalton, though, high for the rebound, goes back up and puts it in.
Oh, big rebound to put back there for Dakota Dalton. And again, he shows why he's one of the best players in the mountains.
He's got 14 points now. Oh, Sarton thought he picked his pocket clean, but gets called for the foul, and Ashley Dalton does a little up and down dance himself after that, thinking it was clean. But Sarton gets his second foul instead.
Chris, you had mentioned how hard it is for, to get to those 5 fouls. It's hard in the middle school level to get to those 5 fouls.
And it's hard to slow down Bowling right now.
Oh, my goodness.
My goodness, they lose him again, and right now Ashley Dalton just pointed at his head saying, would somebody think to maybe guard him, as he's hotter than the temperature in this gym right now. 34-32, Shelby Valley leads it. Dalton retreats, now trying to get to the corner. Cut off there, up fakes, goes up, counted in the foul for Dakota Dalton.
Well, you're seeing a battle of wills between Bowling and Dakota Dalton right now. Right now, Dalton has done it on the inside. Bowling has done it from the outside. And you better buckle up for the next 4:04.
That is 16 points now for Dakota Dalton tonight. And that'll be the 3rd foul against Varney. So a chance for Chapmanville to reclaim the lead on this free throw from Dalton. Shelby Valley stepped into the lane that time, but the free throw good nonetheless. And looked like he took an elbow from Varney after that too, and Dalton not happy about it as he was going back up the floor. Driving in, into the corner, Varney wide open for 3. That one off the mark, but rebound comes out long, and a travel against Shelby Valley. Look at it again, if you saw it on live action, Varney just kind of gave an elbow into the gut of Dalton after that free throw.
Dalton's still a little hunched over.
Again, he wasn't happy about it going back up the floor. He just looked back over to the bench. You can see he's trying to calm himself down along the far side. Like we said, it's been a physical game, toughly defended game. You've had to fight for every inch you've gotten tonight. And the lead just continues to seesaw back and forth here at the beginning of the 4th quarter. Van Sue got caught, almost traveled with it. Sarton gets inside, his floater will go.
Sarton hasn't really scored since that first quarter, Chris, but right there, a big shot from him, floater in the lane.
7 points in all for Sarton, 37-30, Chapman 34. Chapmanville leads it. We approach the midway point of the 4th quarter. Up top, Fields. Surveying, waiting. And they're trying to find Bowling, but they've got Vance all over him now. Turn around in the paint, no good. Almost put back up and in by Hall as he crashed to the deck. As Dalton will be called for the foul as he was laying on his back and just got tripped up with Hall.
Yeah, they're going to need another towel here.
Another jacket here.
Yeah, there it is.
I'm hoping it's that gentleman's jacket that he's giving them. But now Ashley Dalton is going to call a 30-second timeout here with 3:05 to go, and Shelby Valley set to go to the free throw line.
Well, Chris, it's been a good one. We thought it would be, and it has not disappointed. But Bowling from the outside has kept Shelby Valley in this one, and it's been Dalton from the inside for Chapmanville. Sarton gave him the 3-point lead, but the Vance 3 to kind of start this quarter for the Tigers, and then Dalton took over there for a little bit. And now can Chapmanville hold on with 3:05 to go?
And they've had the momentum here as of late after Shelby Valley led it by 4. Chapmanville's outscored them by 7 since then. But neither team has led by more than 4 points in this game. It's been an incredibly tight affair all the way here. As the majority of the evening, it's been a one-possession game. That's hard to believe at any level of basketball.
It really is. Well, thank you guys for watching here on the D&D Sports Network. We see all your likes and your comments here, and we appreciate all the Go Valleys and Go Tigers. You guys supporting your family members on the comments on Facebook. It should be a good finish here from Chapmanville Middle School.
And Hall gets the friendly roll there as he was 0 for 2 from the line in the first half. Shelby Valley now 2 of 5 overall from the charity stripe. Chance to cut this back to a 1-point game, and Hall does so. So back into nail-biting territory once again as we hit 3 minutes to go in the fourth. Now Shelby Valley pressuring in the backcourt as they did to start the game, and almost a travel, but now it's stolen away. So turnover nonetheless. Here comes Shelby Valley, a chance to retake the lead. Bowling, far side, driving in is Wallace, but he'll be called for a travel. And Shelby Valley fans not happy. They felt like there should have been one on the other end a couple of times now, and now they get called for another themselves.
Yeah, it was 2 tough calls there that went against Shelby Valley. Maybe Vance did walk down here, and I'm not sure about the walk on this end of the floor for the Wildcats, but nevertheless, it'll be Chapmanville ball, at least for the time being.
Oh, and there's a near steal, and then a foul after that, and Dalton not happy again after that. Now he's going to have to be separated now, shoved by Wallace, and he's going to get a technical called on him for shoving Dalton. And now you've got a parent coming down.
Now we've got a parent coming down to the, well, he's going to take a seat on the first row now.
Thankfully. It is just going to be a technical on Wallace. And that's a big moment in this game with 2:38 to go, James, especially if Chapmanville converts these free throws. Yeah, they were both on the floor diving after the loose ball. Wallace came in after that, may have landed on Dalton.
I think that's where Dalton got upset, is he felt like maybe that was a little bit late, but at the same time, I thought the officials did a good job preliminarily getting in there to kind of separate, and then it was the shove at the end that kind of got it.
Yeah, because I don't know. Dalton was just kind of glaring at him at first. I don't know if he had something to say after that, but Dalton did not return in kind after the shove. And, you know, it's tough when our tempers are flaring. It's tough whenever it's this heated of a game. But, you know, it's just one of those things, you know, sometimes you got your head about you and you're able to hold back on things like that. Other times you just feel like it's gone too far and you just react. So, you know, it's just a tough moment there for Wallace and a tough spot for Shelby Valley right there.
I'm interested to see. This is a long conference. There's no timeout on the floor. It's been called by the head official, Timmy Ryan, and he's talking to both the other officials, and they're going to confer here at the bench. They're going to talk to both coaches here. This may be a situation where you think they're going to go back and give a double technical?
No, they're going to call a double technical now. They're going to call one on Dalton as well, it looks like.
I thought that might be the situation or the scenario that they go in. The issue becomes there, Chris, is both players in that situation now pick up their fourth. And probably more hurts Chapmanville with Dakota picking up his fourth personal rather than it does for Shelby Valley.
Yeah, definitely at this point. Now it's Ashley Dalton who's upset and discussing things with the officiating crew. And John Mead's the one on the happier end of things over on this side of the conference.
Well, it was resolved so well that the parent that came down to the first row has now retreated back to his original seat.
Yeah, I'm grateful that, you know, he stopped himself. Again, that was good restraint by him after the fact. You know, it's like I said, things just get heated in games like this, and sometimes we react in ways we look back on later and very much wish we hadn't of.
Right. Especially, I understand it. It's your kid out there, and you feel like they've been wrong, but they've got to learn to handle themselves without parental help. That's what sports teaches us, and it's a teachable moment right there.
It's going to be 3 team fouls against both sides now with 2:38 to go here in the fourth quarter. And on the other side of that, again, you don't want this to come down to a technical on one side or the other or a call like that one side or the other. It's been such a good game so far. I'd like to see this resolved on the floor as Dalton drives left side, fakes, looking for help now, gets it out to Browning. They hand it off to Vance and back to Dalton. He and Wallace lock up again, back out to Vance. Then Dalton gets it, spins away from Wallace, down to 2:12 to go here in the fourth. Dalton, again, has to be careful on his drives now, too, with those 4 fouls. And now Ashley Dalton wants a timeout. It's good defense by Shelby Valley. A full timeout will step aside as well, as you are watching middle school basketball action here on the D&D Sports Network.
Here at Logan Bank and Trust, we are committed to serving the needs of the Southern Coalfields. So if you need to borrow money, remember, we are just a click away.
Here at LB&T, we make online banking easy.
We've taken the hassle out of applying for a loan on our new website. It's as simple as going to our lbnt.com website and choosing the loan product that best suits your needs.
Your loan on your time. Visit us at lbnt.com. You're only a click away.
So if you need to borrow money, remember, we are just a click away. It's easy to apply online at lbnt.com, and all decisions are made locally. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Looking for a great selection, great prices, and a great experience on your next ATV, motorcycle, or side-by-side? Come check out Kiefer's Kawasaki.
Our #1 goal is to offer you the best power sport experience at a great price.
Like this new 23 Kawasaki Teryx 4 for only $17,999. Before you write that check with us.
And remember, your adventure starts here at Kiefer Kawasaki. Route 44 South, Jerry West Highway in Logan, or visit KiefersPowersports.net.
37-36, Chapmanville clinging to a lead with 2:07 to play here on the fourth. Chris Kidd with you, James Parker alongside me, Desmond Napier, our engineer. As Chapmanville couldn't find an opening, call for time on this possession. Now they reset here on a crucial possession. Every one of them crucial now as we fall under 2 minutes to go. Dalton drives in left side, goes up and under, but got too far underneath and couldn't finish. Dalton down on the other end trying to get to his feet. Numbers 4, Shelby Valley. And a blocking foul going to be called here on Chapmanville, and 2 shots for them as David Browning picks up his 4th. And you've got Browning and Dalton each with 4 fouls, a minute 48 to go. And at the line for Shelby Valley, it'll be Fields, who has 10 points. All of them in the first half, hasn't scored yet here in the second half. But he is 1 of 1 from the free throw line. Does put Chapmanville at 14 fouls as well, as the Shelby Valley will be shooting 2 shots the rest of the way on any foul. First one off the mark. Still a chance to tie here for Shelby Valley. Again, largest lead of this game for both sides has just been 4 points. It's been that razor thin all evening long, and he missed both. Big misses there, and Dalton with the rebound. Chapmanville trying to find a score here to get a little breathing room. They double up on Dalton, a lot of contact, lost the ball, gets it back, finds Sarton. Sarton underneath, goes off Ellison's hands and out of bounds.
Ellison had a shot if he was able to get it. And I think Ashley Dalton more upset that there was a loose ball on the floor and Chapmanville couldn't control the possession.
Now a minute 25 to go. Shelby Valley trying to retake the lead on this trip. Bowling has had the hot hand. 5 3-pointers in this game, 15 points. They go down low instead, and a travel going to be called as Fields shuffled his feet.
And he did that time. That was the right call underneath. Fields took 2 steps before he put the ball on the ground. And ball back to Chapmanville.
I think I saw nearly every hand and arm of the Shelby Valley cheering section go up after that when they felt like a lot of these travels have not been the case so far here tonight. But they get whistled for another as Dalton now finds a crease out of this Pressure, but now loses it. Taken back by Shelby Valley. Here comes Wallace. Drives in on Browning. Can't finish. Rebound put back up. No good again. Another chance. Hall misses, but he's fouled. And Dalton in pain after that tumble that he took. And trying to tell Dakota Dalton to slow down is Ashley Dalton.
He said, once you cross that timeline, slow down.
Ellison called for the foul. Hall at the line, 2 of 4 tonight, but misses the first. He made his first 2 this quarter, but now misses this one. Still a chance to tie. And he gets the friendly roll. All knotted up at 37 apiece. Under a minute to play in the fourth. Dalton over to Sarton. Sarton gets across midcourt, now into the corner as they'll reset up top. That time Chapmanville did slow down once they crossed timeline. Ooh, doing the splits that time was Bowling, and he gets up a little hampered as Dalton drives baseline, and on the floor they call a foul. That's just going to be the 4th team foul, though, as Wallace whistled for the foul.
It's back and forth we go. We expected this tonight. Dalton took the drive, got the body, but call it on the floor. So Chapmanville with an inbound underneath. We'll see if they can find a guy open. Josh Vance, assistant coach for the middle school team down there, doing the dirty work with the only jacket that I guess we have not upgraded yet.
We couldn't afford towels here tonight. Yeah, that poor jacket's going to have to go through the rinse cycle a couple of times after tonight. And now 4th foul on Wallace. Both teams now in the double shot penalty on the next fouls. As Dalton will inbound, gets it in. Ellison almost lost it, gets it out. Sarton, he'll take the jumper off the mark. Rebound, strong one by Hall. Here comes a fast break chance. Bowling up the right side, stripped away. Vance, pass up ahead deflected, but it gets to Dalton. Drives in right side, pass over to Browning. Fouled on the way up, and he'll shoot 2.
Valley fans upset. They didn't think there was contact there. We were kind of obstructed in our view of it. It was called from the backside, so there may have been a hand in the back of Browning, but that's going to be the 5th foul on Fields, which is a huge one.
So they lose Fields now. The first casualty of the foul trouble this evening on both sides. And what a sequence that was. As Shelby Valley looked like for the world they were about to take the lead, and Vance with just an unbelievable strip. And then Shelby Valley with a great defensive play on the deflection on that outlet pass. If not, Dakota Dalton had an easy lay-in to take the lead. But now David Browning's going to have to earn it from the free throw line. He's 2 for 4 tonight. He missed his first 2, made his last 2. And he sinks this one.
Good shot there from David.
9 points on the evening for David Browning. And a chance to make it a 2-point lead with 24.3 to go. That one rattles out. Rebounded by Hall, but now a foul on Shelby Valley on the rebound as Barney shoved Ellison to the ground. They're actually going to get this on Collins for the shove.
Yeah, I actually thought that was a pretty good call. They're going to take a full timeout. We're going to keep things here, Chris, with 23 seconds to go. And full timeout. And Coach Meade not happy with that last call, but I definitely thought, Chris, there was more contact on that one than there was on the Browning foul.
Yeah, that one you can see some of the contact underneath, but boy, this has been a very physical game. Both games have been here tonight. As the JV game, Chapmanville won it 30-29. Shelby Valley with a last-second shot to try and win it, couldn't convert. And now we're virtually in the same spot we were about an hour and a half ago. But this has lived up to what everyone predicted and more here tonight. Again, Shelby Valley coming in number 2 in our D&D Sports middle school rankings, Chapmanville number 7. And the fact that we get to relive this in just a couple of weeks, boy, that's going to be fun over in Kentucky as well. Because it has been a big crowd tonight. It has been deafening in this gym for most of this second half. And now we head towards the finish line with both teams in the double bonus And Chapmanville at the free throw line again, and it'll be Ellison to shoot the free throws.
If you're Chapmanville, obviously you want to make both foul shots. Even if you get one, it turns into a 2-point game. I know one thing, defensively, if I'm Coach Ashley Dalton, you got to find Bowling on the other end.
Yeah, Bowling has been the key cog in the offense here in the second half for Shelby Valley. He's got 5 3-pointers and 15 points in the game. Ellison tonight, 2 points. He's 2 of 4 from the line. Sinks the first.
Smooth stroke there from the lefty. This one is a big one.
This would force Shelby Valley to have to hit a 3 to send it to overtime, perhaps. That one good as well. What calm free throws by Ellison. Now Shelby Valley, they need a 3 to tie. Bowling's the man Chapmanville's going to be looking for as he gives it off. Looking on the near side, back over to Wallace. He'll take the 3, rattles off, no good. Browning and Dalton both with the ball, trying to get fouled, and they're going to whistle a foul as the official whistled it dead. Looking into the stands on Shelby Valley side, now looking at Coach Meade. And let's see what we have here.
So what you have is an inadvertent whistle from the official, and Chapmanville got the rebound. They wanted to, Shelby Valley was the one that called the timeout, but Chapmanville had the ball. The official blew it dead with the timeout. So I know the rules of football for an inadvertent whistle. I'm not entirely sure what happens in basketball. It's definitely not a jump ball. Chapmanville clapping it up for the decision, but nevertheless, it's going to be Chapmanville ball underneath. And I think it'll just go as that.
Yeah, they're granting the timeout, it looks like, to Shelby Valley because it was an inadvertent whistle. And I think Coach Meade may have called for one, thinking they got the rebound. So if nothing else, they just go ahead and grant the timeout to Coach Meade. But it is Chapmanville ball now with 8.7 seconds left. And now essentially one free throw can put this game away for the Tigers, but they got to find a way to get it in bounds here without turning it over, first and foremost. So if you're Chapmanville, again, Dalton, maybe your most reliable inbounder, but he's also the one you'd love to send to the free throw line at this point.
Well, you know, Ellison looked pretty smooth there as well. So I think they've got 4, 5 pretty good foul shooters on the floor for Chapmanville. You know, I would venture a guess. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see who they have inbound the basketball. Maybe Vance. Vance has been pretty heady throughout the game.
So they come out here with 8.7 seconds left. Chapmanville holding a 3-point lead in what has been a very tight contest all the way through. No lead larger than 4 points for either side. Chapmanville comes out in a stack formation here to try and free up one of their shooters. Dalton at the top of it. Again, he and Wallace guarding each other, both with 4 fouls. Will be Vance to inbound. They try and set up the home run pass up ahead. Dalton's going to have to chase it down and can't do it. Oh, it was a dangerous pass to begin with, and now Shelby Valley catches a break.
Well, that was a risky play. If it worked out, it would have been fantastic for Chapmanville, but now we're going to get a chance for Shelby Valley to tie things up, and we're going to get another timeout on the floor, Chris. As again, we'll keep things here. If you like basketball, you like drama, what better place than the D&D Sports Network tonight?
I told you it's been an unbelievably tight affair in both games. 6 points was the largest lead in the first game. It ended in a 1-point win for Chapmanville. This one, largest lead, 4 points. It's a 3-point lead for Chapmanville. But now they're going to have to defend once again here against the 3. But also you do have in your thought process, do we foul, send them to the free throw line as well here to try and do the make and miss situation, get the ball back and score. So there's a couple options here for Ashley Dalton. She choose to take either route.
Well, here's the difference between, in NBA, you'd move this ball to half court. You don't have a chance to foul or whatever. I kind of agree with you, Chris. If they inbound the ball here in the backcourt, let them get close to half court, then we foul, put them at the line. They got to make and then try to miss one, and you're going to run 3 seconds off the clock. I kind of like that strategy.
And That's like I said, it makes the first free throw so much more crucial, too, because you miss that. That's more or less game at that point. But now they will go full court pressure here. Again, Bowling is the man they want to watch. If you're Chapmanville, he's got 5 3-pointers tonight. They get it into Hall. Back over to Wallace. Wallace gets away from one man, throws it back with 3 seconds. Up at Varney, throws it back. Bowling for the tie! Off the front rim, no good. And Chapmanville survives Shelby Valley 40-37. What a game here tonight from Chapmanville Middle School as the Tigers defeat the Wildcats by 3 to take round 1 in this 2-round heavyweight fight between these top teams in middle school basketball this year. And we will step aside for a break and be back to recap things right after this as you are watching middle school basketball action here on the D&D Sports Network.
Looking for a great selection, great prices, and a great experience on your next ATV, motorcycle, or side-by-side? Come check out Kiefer's Kawasaki.
Our #1 goal is to offer you the best power sport experience at a great price.
Like this new 23 Kawasaki Teryx 4 for only $17,999. Before you write that check, check with us.
And remember, your adventure starts here at Kiefer Kawasaki. Route 44 South, Jerry West Highway in Logan, or visit KiefersPowersports.net.
Stop by Eric Homa Drug today and let them fill your prescription. Eric Homa Drug has been serving the Chapmanville community for over 46 years. They're a proud supporter of the Chapmanville Tigers and all mountain.
Welcome back, everybody. Chris Kidd with you. James Barker alongside me. Desmond Napier, our engineer. And that exhausted face you see right in front of you is Dakota Dalton. Very happy, exhausted face. Dakota 40-37 win here tonight.
Yep.
I would say maybe as physical a middle school game as I've watched out here.Ell me what it was like down on the floor between you two.
You know, we go through it every day in practice, so I'm used to that stuff. People getting in my face, it doesn't faze me, but everybody else has went through that with our practices and stuff, so it's just normal.
Well, I like that concept too, because you kept your head about you despite, you know, some of the physicality taking place on both ends here tonight.
Yes, sir.
And you were able to play really smart basketball, picking up those 2 fouls in the early going. I like that you guys switched to that zone to put you at the top of that to try and protect you a little bit.
Yeah.
But you played really smart, not being overly aggressive after that. Tell me, how hard is it to play picking up those 2 fouls the way you usually like to play defense?
It's hard because when I get my 2 fouls in the first quarter, you know, I got to play smart and not be able to get in people as tight as I usually do. But, you know, it's just hard, really. Having to slow down and not get ahead of yourself.
I'll tell you what, you finished with 17 points tonight, too, against this really tough Shelby Valley defense. Tell me, how hard was it to find your space, try and get to the rim? I mean, it just seemed like everything you had to get tonight was going to be hard work for you.
Yeah, you know, it's probably one of the best defensive teams I've played against, other than teams I've played in Tennessee and stuff on travel ball. But, you know, at the middle school level, that's just insane defense.
Yeah, and you guys really have come together really well this year. You've proven yourselves over and over again to be one of the better teams in the state of West Virginia. Talk about how much fun it is playing with your friends and with this team right now, because you guys have such a great brand of basketball and you're so much fun to watch.
Yeah, it's awesome playing with them, because you just know one day you ain't gonna have that time to play with them no more, and it's just gonna go to waste. So don't let it go to waste and have fun.
Absolutely, that's a great way of looking at it. And the other part of that is you get to work with your dad as well, head coach, sometimes volatile, but then sometimes down on the floor after the game, saw you two hugging each other, loving on each other after such a great win. Tell me, it's got to be a little bit harder being the coach's kid, because he's not going to show you any favoritism. He's not going to treat you any different than anybody else, but, you know, you guys have such a loving relationship as well. How much fun is it playing for your dad and being on this team with your dad?
You know, it gets really hard sometimes, but, you know, it's awesome playing for my dad. He knows his stuff and stuff, so it's actually really awesome.
I'll tell you what, Dakota, you guys played great tonight. It was a fun game to watch. Great win for you guys. Congratulations. We'll catch up with you next time.
Thank you.
And Dakota Dalton here with us, our Tug Valley Wellness Center player of the game here on the D&D Sports Network here tonight. And, you know, such a well-spoken kid too, James. You know, he's been in the semi-limelight because of his dad coaching on the high school side for a long time too. He really puts in the work, really dedicates himself to it. And Ashley Dalton, his father, pushes him. And Dakota takes that teaching, he takes that challenge. He doesn't shrink from it, whereas a lot of kids might in that spot. But, he seems to love it just as much as his dad does, and I think that's what's made him such a tough, heady, and competitive ball player and why he was able to survive a lot of the physicality here tonight.
Yeah, I think he's probably had to grow up and be mentally tough because, sometimes when your dad's a head coach, you've got to make yourself tough because you're going to be the first one that is blamed for some things that go wrong. I think you and I both have been there
you more so than me,
in a lot of those aspects, but I think it's made him a better athlete down the road. And I think that when Dakota is in those tough situations, he wants the ball. You saw it tonight, and you can't say enough about that young man. But I think when you look at it, let's talk about those 2 foul shots Jackson Ellison hit down the stretch to give Chapmanville that 3-point lead. Those were huge shots, and you could have brought him up here and done the interview. Maddox Sarton played really well tonight as well, but it was a full team win. I think Ashley Dalton would say that, and I think Dakota said that just as much.
Like I say, you can see the exhaustion on these players' faces just coming back out now, but it'll all be worth it on the Chapmanville side as they head home tonight. As you look at the final scoring on both sides, Bowling led the way, just missed that game-tying 3. It was a very tough attempt, but he still had that on line at the end to try and send it to overtime, but he finished with 15 points on 5 3-pointers. Then you had Fields with 10 points, Hall with 7 points, Varney with 3, and Newsom with 2 points to round out the scoring for Shelby Valley. On the other end for Chapmanville, Dalton led the way with 17 points, lead all scorers. David Browning with 9 points, Maddox Sarton with 7, Jackson Ellison with 4 points, Jacob Vance with 3 points to round out the scoring for the Tigers. Chapmanville, big from the line after a slow start, finished 10 of 16 from the line. Shelby Valley 4 of 10. They'll lament that later on as they head back to Kentucky, but they had 6 3-pointers to Chapmanville's 2 tonight. But what a finish, what a game, what an evening, with Chapmanville Middle School coming out on top in the JV game by 1. Chapmanville Middle School varsity coming out by 3. And, the rematch in a couple of weeks, going to need a lot of ice baths before they head back to Kentucky for that rematch.
Yeah, absolutely. And hats off to Shelby Valley. They played an excellent game as well, did the young Wildcat team. And we're really looking forward to that one in 2 weeks. Upcoming for Chapmanville Middle School Monday, they're going to have 8th grade night here against Mahan Middle School. We'll be here for that one. And then Thursday, big matchup. Inter-county rival Logan comes to Chapmanville. D&D Sports will have that one as well.
Again, we appreciate all of our sponsors and everyone out there listening and watching tonight with us here on the D&D Sports Network. So for James Barker and Desmond Napier, our engineer, I'm Chris Kidd saying so long tonight here from Chapmanville Middle School as you've been watching middle school basketball action right here on the D&D Sports Network.